Excellent. Hello and welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You, Band of Blades. My name is Ash. I use she, her pronouns, and this is my channel. Today we're playing Band of Blades, and I will be the Lawkeeper, not the GM. The GM responsibilities go to Alice. Alice, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm really excited to play this game again. It's been a little bit. I also use she/her pronouns, but yeah, I'm doing real well.
Yeah, awesome. You got some deadly missions lined up for us, I assume.
I promise I will try to murder you gently.
Okay, great, excellent. With your song? Sorry. Wait, no, that's softly. Anyway,
This is the legally distinct knockoff version.
Yeah, exactly. Murder me gently with her ditty. With
a what?
God damn it. Kemi, hi, how are you doing?
I am shocked and appalled at this Christian stream. I'm Kemi, I'm good. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the marshal, which means I have to tell everyone who's dead and who's not and who can go on missions, and I have a bird that sometimes talks.
Good bird. Quality bird. Excellent. And then we have Aaron. Hi, Aaron. How are you feeling?
I'm better.
That's good.
Than a few days ago. I'm alive. Hi, I'm Aaron. She, her pronouns. I am the quartermaster, which means I am in charge of fourths of things.
Yep, that's it. That's all you're in charge of.
That's oh dear. All right. Well, we also have a role that needs to be filled for Commander, but I think we're doing that together as a group from here on out, unless we find a particularly apt replacement. But that is fine. But yeah, that's us. Alice, do you wanna take the helm?
Yeah. So, typically the commander is one of the required roles for the game, but it's also one of the roles that could be most easily done as a group rather than have a specific person do it, which is why we gave it to Dave when they joined, because we knew that they might be playing temporarily. But anyways, we last session moved to Sunstrider, which is, I will read a little thing about Sunstrider, then I have some missions to show y'all.
Yeah.
Once a bustling trading post for plainsfolk, pilgrims traveling west, and those heading north, Sunstrider Camp is now choked with refugees and the surroundings. The prominent structures here provided a winter camp for the biggest of the horse clans of the plains, and the horse lord Tanesk and his riders have taken charge. They fortified the winter camp further and opened their doors to the refugees, providing food and shelter for those unable to fight, but demanding those that can join the frequent mounted raids on the undead. The many plainsfolk ride into battle on a unique type of local horse, known for their speed, hardiness, and unruliness. Tales claim the horse's origin is divine, offspring of the Horned One, or a chosen blessing their steed upon dying. In Aldermark, these are called firemains. While undead top the list of the many problems the camp has, there are also a contingent of mountain bandits using the chaos of the war to enrich themselves. Tanesk have been unable to mount a serious offensive against them while the undead threat looms so heavily. There are mountain shrines to the southwest. The people in this area cling to their faith, and for some, it's the only thing they have left. Many plan to make pilgrimages and seek shelter in the protection of the gods there. The plains east of the camp are full of small enclaves of travelers, and there's no end of news from all over Aldermark here at the camp. Almost all of it is bad. Rumors abound of the Cinder King crossing the Tempest Sea to the south. So that's Sunstrider Camp. And we can
cheerful.
Yeah, we can see a bit more of it whenever we do downtime after these missions.
Cheerful is definitely how I describe this game to people.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Cheerful, happy-go-lucky.
Yeah,
jubilant,
pleasant.
Even. There's a little handout for missions. Everyone should be able to see. There are 3. Last time, Dave, before they left, said that the priority would be scout missions.
Mm-hmm.
You got one. The rest are assault missions because you only have access to assault and scout missions here. But one of them, however, is a special mission. And if I remember correctly, you have it also gives a glory favor, which means it would be one step closer to your chosen advancing. I believe this would be your third glory mission, actually. Which, if I'm remembering right, they have level up on they advance on 3. It might be 4. It's 4. You'd need one more. Anyways, so mission 1. A powerful infamous was left behind when the Broken crossed east. Now it haunts the mountains, creeping down at night to capture prey. The screams of its victims echo off the mountain faces. Without the support of its Broken, the creature has set many devious traps about its den. It should be destroyed, but not underestimated. The mission rewards 3 morale and -1 time. Also, pressure does not increase this phase. This essentially will just give you a respite. So, like, if you advance, you will not have to roll any pressure, like, at all, unless missions go poorly, and then you might have to roll that pressure. But if everything goes right, none, which is real good. Also, I don't believe your morale is great, but that I might be misremembering. But no penalties. This one can be ignored at no penalty. The second mission is a scout mission. Bandits have been using the undead as an opportunity, preying upon people fleeing to Westlake. If the Legion was to find the places in which the bandits have laid out ambushes along the path to Westlake and wipe them out, many lives could be saved. A few families have offered to pay you for this service, with the only thing they have left, their lives. Mission rewards 1 intel and laborers. Mission penalties, pressure. So you would get laborers, like these families would become indentured essentially to you folks and your quest. So, which is fucked, but it's a thing. So laborers can do things like they work on long-term projects that the quartermaster might set up, and they're also useful for later on if certain things pop up. Like there's a few like special locations that require them to be used for things, or at least they might be helpful for. The mission 3, type assault. Reports say that Render is amassing a force to wipe out the Strider camp. They most likely won't be ready until after the Legion breaks off and heads further east or north. But the Horse Lord Tanesk has personally requested the Legion's aid. If you were to attack preemptively while their forces still gather, you might just be able to buy enough time for the camp to evacuate. Mission rewards 2 morale, 1 supply. Penalties, pressure, and time. Now, see, if I remember correctly, our Lord Keeper last time told a story about how the Legion really doesn't like owning people. That's the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if we had to not take 1, I would feel okay not taking number 2, just because it's got. I mean, the penalty is only just pressure, and I don't have a great fondness for the idea of indentured servants.
Yeah. I feel like the first one sounds like the most fun to play out with for us.
Sure.
And I think that sending a secondary squad on mission 3 seems reasonable.
Sure.
I agree.
I believe you folks are strapped for supply as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought.
Just a little, but with the 0 supply.
So normally the commander would pick missions, but if everyone is cool with mission 1 as priority and mission 3 as secondary, does that work for y'all?
How do you feel about that, Cammy?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay. I thought we should do the assault as priority and the scout. The number 1 is secondary because secondary doesn't have any penalties.
Yeah, and like that makes sense. It's interesting because I want to do the first one as our priority just because it sounds like the most fun to do.
Yeah.
But
killing a cool monster seems cool.
yeah. But at the same time, yeah, that's a good point in that.
The second one, the assault mission does indeed have penalties. If you were to send a secondary squad on the first one and they failed, you would still like lose people. But yeah.
Yeah, losing out on the mission 3 would be with the secondary squad fucking up would suck.
We have very high morale at the moment as well.
Do you have Blackshot currently, Aaron?
I believe I do. Please hold, and I will check for you. Yes.
I was just going to mention that because they're assault missions. Both of these can be you can get more dice on the engagement roll by spending Blackshot on both of them to help that engagement roll.
Okay.
Is mission 1 still priority? Is mission 3? What's the call?
You reckon? What do you think, Aaron?
I still think 1 would be more fun to play out, but I understand the mechanical reasons behind going for 3. But I usually go for cinematics over mechanics, so I'm gonna vote for 1.
Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna use some resources and send the secondary after 3 Cami and try and hook them up with as much support as they can get, and then we'll do number 1. I think that sounds
wonderful.
Most fun.
In that case, Cami, would you please care to go over to your sheet and tell us like who's going on this mission? Keep in mind required specialists, and what squad is going on this mission.
I always struggle to find the required specialists.
So it's on both both the game master and I can just tell you for assault mission it's heavy, medic, or sniper.
I think I should send the medic on an assault mission. That makes sense.
Both of them are assault missions. Just so.
Oh yeah.
You can send the sniper on the other assault mission because that's Darius Winter.
Also keep in mind medic as attaché, meaning that they can go onto a mission and not count towards the specialist cap.
Oh, maybe they should. Oh, yeah. Maybe the medic should go towards the other one as well then.
Or I could come on the primary and get to play my medic again.
Yes, true. Yeah.
We do have 2 snipers.
We do.
So I think. What if we send both Cordelia and Darius to just obliterate things at a distance?
For the secondary?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty cool.
Also as a note, specialists that go on the secondary missions will get 1 XP, a single playbook XP. That if regardless of whether it succeeds or fails. So just as a side thing.
Cool.
So snipers going on secondary. Okay. Who's going on primary then?
What's our cap?
2 or 2 plus a medic.
I'm cool being Carter again. Carter's remarkably competent for a rookie. I have level 3 skirmish as a rookie.
We can take Crimson.
We can. I didn't want to. Well, we can all bring our
everyone. If Cami's bringing a medic, then we can all bring a specialist.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking we still had 4 people, and then could only have 3 specialists total because of.
Let's do that because we're all about cinematics and narratives today, apparently. So we're all playing personal specialists.
That's why you play the game.
That's why we play the game in front of a live stream. So we're having the medic Tyrius, the heavy Crimson, and the officer Adhikar.
That's a rad picture. I don't remember picking this.
All right.
Nice.
Noted. Let's see. I just want to check.
That is a red picture.
Crimson
Okay.
doesn't give any.
Which squad is going on the first mission?
We need to shuffle some people around, but we have a full squad in the Ghost Owls, and so I was just going to send them on the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we've got Kettle, Carter, and Cressica in the Ember Wolves. Can we take a broken squad of rookies, or do we have to?
Yeah, Star Viper is currently you can shuffle people around, so you can take 2 from Star Viper and put them into Ember Wolves. Or Grinning Crows, because they're also broken. Like they have 3 out of 5 too.
Hey y'all, we have a turnover problem with our new employees.
Personnel shortage.
Okay, just let me shuffle my spreadsheet around so that I've got track of it.
Sure, that's fine. Which squad do you want to send? That's like the important thing right now.
On the primary mission, we'll take the Ember Wolves because they've proven themselves to not die, except the ones that have died.
Cool.
Right. And then they weren't true Ember Wolves.
And everyone's playing a specialist, so we don't need to talk about rookie, like who's playing rookie at the moment. Awesome. Yep. In that case, whenever you're done, Cammy, would you please gather the dice pool, the engagement pool?
Somebody's getting engaged? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Getting engaged to battle.
To death.
Before every mission, assemble the engagement roll by asking the following. Are we all oath sworn to the Legion? Yes. Did the commander spend intel to give us foresight? Do we have intel?
No intel.
No intel. Is everyone on the mission a specialist or a soldier?
No.
No.
Rookies, you have rookies, so no.
Oh. Can we not take rookies and get the extra engagement done?
No, because then you don't have the required specialists, or you don't have the required personnel, because it requires rookies and specialists. Or so it requires a squad. You need a full squad of soldiers, or the mission has to not require rookies. Or,
we don't have anyone that distrusts the leadership because Adhikar would have shot them by now. And we are taking the required specialists. On an assault missions, did the quartermaster equip the soldier with Blackshot? I don't think our mission requires Blackshot.
All assault mission does. Oh, you mean that mission specifically?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to the QM.
How much Blackshot do we have?
I've got 3 charges, so I can equip us with the 2, and then we're kind of, yeah.
So we have 1 for the primary and 1 for the secondary?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2 engagement dice. Are any of is anyone wounded?
Let me check.
I'm not.
Adhikar
one of your rookies is.
Adhikar is not, but one of the rookies is.
Unless you want to swap that rookie out of this squad.
That might be useful just because dice.
Might upset Cressica though, but it's she's wounded and it's okay, we're going on the mission, great.
Yeah, but she cries a lot anyway.
Yeah, basically it's it's tough shit. You got hit, so you
I don't know how she's crying with a punctured lung, but yeah. So we'll swap
it's
her
a
out.
lot of gasping.
It's very.
Yeah, we'll swap her out to not get that negative dice, which leaves us with 2 engagement dice.
Cool. So just you can fix that whenever you have a second, but there's no rush to do so. Wonderful. So would you roll those 2 dice then? Okay, so you got a 4. So risky position. Let me open up my missions real quick. I also forgot to do a thing. You have 0 intel. So normally the commander gets something called intel questions. If you scroll up to the commander's little sheet, there is a small thing of questions that they can ask. You get 1 of the 0 intel questions.
I feel like the useful item we should bring would be good.
I believe you asked that last time too.
That is what we asked last time as well, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 2 approaches were assaulting, so it's, smash and kill or kill and smash, I would think.
But we're assaulting someone's fortified hiding.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that makes sense too then. I don't think the travel part matters too much.
That depends.
Crap. Yeah, I'd say the 2 approaches then would be my vote.
Cool. Sounds good.
Also, just as a note, also do load after this. Decide what your load is for the mission.
Heavy.
The 2 approaches. So essentially, if you look down to the south on the map, that's where this lair is up in the mountains. A good day's ride from Sunstrider, but still within there's still some outlying villages around there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The main approach is just an old pilgrimage road, right? You travel along that road. It'd be slightly faster than just than going through the mountains themselves. And it should lead directly to where a lot of these sightings and incidents have happened. Where you think the den is. That would be the fastest way. The other route is simply to climb. You'd actually be doing some minor hiking and mountain climbing to it would be a longer trek, but you would be more likely to avoid being spotted on the way up and things like that. Maybe more treacherous than other ways though.
Like falling to death.
Yeah.
Yay.
All good hikes end with a fall to death. Well, do we want to kick down the door or jump in from...
Given that we have Crimson and Adhikar.
That sounds like a good plan.
That door's not going to kick
Adhikar seems to think that she might be a heavy, but she's just not.
Adhikar's a medium.
Now I'm thinking of all of them as mechs. That's great. Crimson Echoing Gale is a king crab. Anyways, sorry, I don't know if anyone plays BattleTech. Continuing. Cool. Kicking down door, going along the path. It seems what's everyone's load? Officer, sniper, or I mean not sniper. Officer, medic, and heavy.
Adhikar is rocking a heavy load today.
Okay. Interesting.
I wouldn't be heavy if I didn't go heavy. So.
What about you, medic? Equita?
Equitarius.
Equitarius. Okay.
Equit is a rank.
Noted.
I'm going with a normal load.
Okay.
Because then I get a gun.
All right. Wonderful. So just you can check things now, but that's all I require of you. So risky position. So I think the trek has gone fairly okay, right? You're just going through the actual pilgrimage path. It's taken probably about half a day rather than the full day's travel. You've passed through some minor towns, and they're all talking kind of whisperedly as they realizing where you're going, that your goal is to go off and kill this thing, and they're all excited but scared, right? Because they all have different stories of this thing. Mostly that it kidnaps people in the night, whisks them away silently. People will wake up and their loved ones won't be in the bed next to them, things like that. Stuff of that nature, and that there are these horrible screams from up in the mountains. So you hear a bunch of these rumors, and you trek on though, right? You have a mission to complete. And as you start climbing up like the mountain trail, like as the roads get higher, you start to think like it feels like you're being watched, right? Like all the hairs on the back of your neck are starting to like stand on it, and it's like starting to get like colder, and maybe it's starting to snow a bit, right? Um, and I think one of those like you hear one of those screams again, like very close. Like by very close, I mean like it sounds like it's going off like Tirius, like to your left out in the woods. Like so like somewhere out there. Like you're not quite sure how far, but you know what direction it's in now. What's your plan?
But the cave is up the hill more?
Not a cave. You're like it's out in like this like forested area because no one's actually seen the thing's den or where it's living or even really seen it. It just knows people are going missing. So yeah, like out in the forest, out to like your left, there's screaming, and then it suddenly cuts off, and then it's just silent.
Adhikar is like, it's like, excellent. Excellent. We'll find it over there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Cammy, did you choose who you put into Emberwolves, by the way?
In my list, I did. I can't edit those lists.
Yeah, let me know. Who did you put in?
If you look at my Marshall sheet.
Oh, in your Marshall sheet? Okay, yeah, cool.
I thought you could edit those.
You can't move them around is the problem.
I see. Well, yeah. So if the plans just go trekking in that direction, you start like it's been snowing up here for a good while, like on and off. It's a good like foot or so deep. And so you're trekking along, and it's getting colder and colder, and I think let's see, I'm gonna do a fortune roll real quick.
Okay.
I just wanna, yeah. So I think who's up front?
I figure Crimson is probably in front, if not like the second person in line.
Sure. So Crimson, you go walking through, and like you're in this heavy plate mail, and like it's like a trek to get through the snow for you. And then you step forward, and you feel the ground give way, and you start falling. So essentially, the ground's going to give way out from under you, and you're going to get dragged down, and you're going to fall into a pit of spikes.
Or no.
Okay.
I would want to roll out of the way or something.
That sounds like a prowess resist to me.
Sweet. Oh, let me click my thing. Boom.
Crimson, if you fall into a pit of spikes, I will shoot you.
You take a single stress, but you roll out of the way. Like it's like you feel your feet give way, and you just jump back, and like there's a good like I almost said 5x5, but I'm thinking D&D. There's like a good square of terrain like that just caved out as soon as you took that step.
Yeah.
That was like covered by the snow. And there are these spikes at the bottom that seem to be like, and you can swear you smell like there's these acidic vapors coming up from down there too.
I think Crimson turns around and says, "Watch your step. You're welcome," and then just walks forward.
Can I have a good sniff of the vapors and try and figure out what they are?
That sounds like a research roll to me.
Proper lab technique. You waft.
What is my position?
I mean, you're being watched. You don't know like how risky.
What is my effect?
Standard. You're trained to do this sort of thing. You also, sniff There you go. I would say sniffing random vapors isn't always good for you. So yeah, you take a sniff and it's like it burns your nostrils, but you know like immediately that like you're not in any danger. You have like it's definitely poisoned. Like these things aren't just like haphazardly stuck in the ground. You like those are some deadly toxins on the edge of those stakes.
Hmm.
Cool.
So this
excellent.
Yeah.
So is it possible to climb in and out of there easily, or?
So I mean that would depend on scout. Like you'd probably be like either a scout or a
I want to
maneuver roll.
I want to instruct the rookies to try and grab some of these poison stakes out.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that without some like serious like convincing. It's like
How many do I have to shoot?
I would like to instruct the rookies to help me construct a ladder out of some branches and stuff.
Sure. That sounds like a rig roll with them helping.
A tinker.
Tinker, sorry. I get Scum and Villainy and BOB flipped ahead in my head sometimes.
What's the position?
Position... I mean, position's risky still. Actually, no. I think... Yes, no, definitely. Continue. Yes, risky. Position's risky, standard effect. I will roll a single helping die because it seems like this is more like a group.
I added a bonus die. Whoops.
It's okay. We'll not count the last one. That's fine. So you'll take a stress from the rookies because they're scared and not doing great. But you do the thing. Like you have them construct this ladder out of like various like branches and things nearby, and you can somewhat safely climb down. The risk is they are asking you to go first. This is your plan. You're the medic in charge. If you like, they're like, go after you, Tirius, sir.
Okay. Do I have to make a roll to climb down a ladder?
I mean, climb down safely and get back up. It's not climbing down the ladder that's the roll. I would say this is a setup for the maneuver to get this and get out safely though, which would put your position from standard to great.
Cool.
It's not like I have to like climb a ladder, so it's a maneuver roll. It's more you're climbing a makeshift ladder out of, and then you have to get back out of this like treacherous thing, right? So just a maneuver roll with a great effect is what it sounds like to me.
Adhikar, does it seem like a good idea to send the doctor into the spiky poison hole?
I'd do it anyway.
You didn't even ask. You retrieve them. You retrieve and you can retrieve as many as you want. Is essentially the thing here.
We have one each, so we retrieve 8 spikes with poison on them.
Ooh.
Don't lick this.
Is it venom or poison?
It's poison. You could ingest it if you wanted to, I guess.
Well, that makes it venom.
Or venom. Sorry,
yeah.
You're right. I flipped it in my head. You're right.
That's silly. But yes, so yeah, does that mean that we the rookies are equipped then with them?
They have them. They don't know what to do with them, and they're kind of holding them at arm's reach, but they have them.
Don't touch the sharp end because it's poison.
Yeah.
If you see something, stab it.
Yeah.
I want one.
You have one.
I want another one.
Okay, so I'm like, excellent, good job. Wait now. We need another scream.
You like if you're looking around, that sounds like potentially a scout roll or some description to me. If you're trying to be like where to go from here.
I can aid you in your scout if you would like. Adhikar.
I'm not doing it. Fuck it, you do it.
Do you want to aid me?
I guess so.
Please,
Okay,
teammate.
I'll spend a stress. I have no scout. That's
Okay, yeah, I've got the 1, so like I do need assistance here probably.
Sure.
All right. Risky standard
Yeah, risky standard.
and 1 extra die. Got 5.
Okay, so you don't have to go far. Like you kind of like walk around. I imagine like some snow's been cleared, so you've tested the ground, so you're not going to fall into another pit trap. You walk forward a little bit past where this one is, and like walk past a tree, and like you literally see her. She is hanging by her ankles, and her throat has been cut like straight like across, which normally you imagine like several times. You imagine like, so it looks like with probably like claws, you would say. You would say though that like if someone screamed that much and their throat was cut, like they wouldn't be able to. But so like the only thing you can assume is that it was cut extremely slowly, and so like yeah.
Or they were screaming before they got sliced up because they were upside down.
That's also possible.
Some people are just really afraid of being upside down.
Or, monsters grabbing them by the ankles and holding them upside down.
Yeah,
but yeah, she's essentially like tied up there, right? Like dripping blood onto the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, Attica like does the Mad Max. That's bait.
Is there like something written with the blood in the snow, like Mr. Policeman, you could have stopped it?
No such thing like that. But yeah, she appears to have been Aldermani, probably about 16.
I tell the rookies to spread out and look for clues.
They're terrified.
Well, then I'll shoot one. All right.
I mean, you could also roll a discipline roll, but that's like perfectly.
Remind me to never be in the military.
Honestly, shooting one and then having them do the thing is kind of a discipline thing.
All right,
anyways.
let's.
That sounds like what you're doing.
I'm gonna fire. I'm going to very nearly shoot one. Discipline.
Sounds
Position.
I mean, desperate to me, right? Like they're fucking freaking out. Like they're shaking.
Effect.
Standard. If you can push it to great if you'd like.
Can I have a devil's bargain if I do shoot one?
If you shoot with that's your own devil's bargain. I mean, let's see. Yeah, devil's bargain is if you actually shoot one, the whole like the thing where like the question is whether or not they're loyal or they fear you enough to do what
I don't
want to.
I mean, they're not broken yet. Okay, I won't take it. I won't actually shoot one yet.
And we like these ones.
I was also going to say it might. Yeah. No. Continue. Yeah.
Okay. I'm pushing myself for a bonus dice.
You don't need to be afraid of the monster. I'm right here.
Exactly. God damn it, you. Okay, I'm gonna just.
Okay, so what do you say to them? Like you like put the gun in one's face or something? Like what's the?
Accidentally pull the trigger.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I look at them and I'm like, spread out, find clues. Let me assure you that I am much scarier than whatever is out there.
But ma'am, we can't split up. Like we don't know what's out there. But this woman and like I think okay, so one of them takes off, like just bolts from, like just fucking runs.
I shoot him.
I'm aware. I just want to know their name.
Cammy?
Do not kill Carter.
Go with Ruben. Ruben's a kind of nerds.
Ruben gets shot. I think one drops to the ground and is like just crying. I think one is still like yes, ma'am, and then I think one's just like, I think one tries to stab you with the stake.
Oh, cool! I shoot him too.
I mean, I think they're like.
I'm going to resist.
Yeah.
With prowess.
Sure.
And well, I mean, because it's like it's
Jeez.
because it's based on the thing that I'm trying to avoid, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah,
it has to be prowess.
Yep. And I get +1 to prowess resists.
Hey, Cammy, on your list, do you have a cause of death? And how many are going to be listed as Adhikar, do you think?
Nope, they just said.
I have a list.
So you like, it's not like
I'm gonna dodge aside and then fucking like punch him.
Sure.
I would like to chloroform Adhikar.
So that would be a medkit usage.
I have a medical supplies.
That is what that would be.
Cool. I would like to resist that outcome.
More just like fuck. Give me a second.
Let's check. Like PvP is we need to establish what the outcomes are.
PvP is we need to stop Ash from just.
I'm not sure. I've only shot one person.
One got shot, the other got punched. Okay. But yeah, PvP, is that a thing that we want to like have happen,
Cammy,
or is that like?
Yeah. So Cammy, would you like to actually try and chloroform Adhikar?
I guess I could discipline Adhikar.
Oh, like you could just like say something to Adhikar, right? Like you could without going to dice at the moment.
Yeah. Like the question is you as a player, you're concerned about losing rookies, or what's the concern? Hatsuki. What's the concern here as a player?
I'm concerned about losing rookies and losing Adhikar to a poisoned spear. Okay,
that's been resolved. Right? Like
no one's going to try and stab Adhikar again.
Yeah. We're not like I've avoided that consequence, and I have, and like the shooting was a result of the 3-3. It was as a result of the failure. So that's all resolved.
Discipline is yelling loudly at people, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I don't have to roll it. I would like,
but it's if you've got if you've got a specific outcome you would like them to do.
I would like to get between the two of them and grab Adhikar by the collar and tell her to calm her shit.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah.
You are no better than the rookies at the moment.
So
yeah.
Is there something you want out of this specifically that would require a roll? Because if you just are like calm your shit, Adhikar can either respond or
exactly.
Or if it's something that Adhikar could be persuaded to do, then dice would be involved.
Yeah.
I just want her to stop. Like, I think from a medic's perspective, the stress has already gotten to Adhikar. Like.
Yeah.
Like.
So in which case,
So I'm calming Adhikar by yelling at her.
Yeah, and yeah, she steps back and she's like, collects herself and is like, you would do well not to issue orders to your officer in future, and then and then is like, and then someone see to that man, referring to the person that she shot. Are they dead or do they just take a harm?
That's fortune roll. I'm unsure. I don't want. I'm not going to decide that. 1, they're dead. 4 to 5 harm. 6, you missed, I guess.
It went through like the sleeve.
No, you shot them in the fucking. You shot them straight through the back through heart.
Right. Cool. I'm like, someone collect Ruben.
The one rookie that's like still like functioning completely like sound, like rushes over to do so, is like, Ruben's dead, ma'am. That was a nice shot.
I'm like,
Fuck.
all right. And I'm like, if I shoot any of the rest of you, you better stand up better than that. But yeah, I'm like, would anyone else like to propose a solution for finding this thing?
I have one. Perhaps we can point all of our weapons in the direction of the monster and work together as a team instead of falling to infighting.
Side note, I think there's like echoey laughter, like sort of kind of omnipresent-ish, like during this, at least like on the like point the guns to the monster sort of.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm like, excellent. Do point out where it is.
I'm relatively sure it wasn't residing in the back of the rookie.
Yeah, and Adhikar is like, Adhikar is like, well, and Adhikar is like, excellent, great. And she says, then we will make a safe camp here, fortify our position, and you can find it for us, seeing as you know so well.
How about this?
If I push myself on a roll that I have no pips in, how does that result?
You
get a dice, yeah.
Rather than rolling 2 and taking the lowest, you get 1.
How about we let everyone decide? Those who wish to resort to bickering and backstabbing can make camp. Let the cold and the monster take them, and those who wish to actually do what they came here for can come with me, get this done with, and return home with hopefully no more casualties. Especially none that were inflicted by comrades.
I think you'll find the technical term you're looking for there, you're looking for there, Sergeant, is officers.
I shouldn't have brought a car. That's a mistake. Is looking for tracks and stuff a scout or a research role?
That'd be a scout role. Research is like research is examining bodies and stuff, though. Just as a side note.
I will research the lady in the tree then, because there might be more to it than meets the eye.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, really. She's being cut in the neck. No, while these two are bickering, I would like to do a scout. Unless Aaron has better scout.
What is your scout?
0.
I do, if you would like to help me.
I will help. So I will side with Aaron in this conflict. And
Sure.
How did Adhikar even get to be an officer? I feel like the Legion clearly doesn't have officers.
I failed one roll, right? Like, I want to just like take a moment here, right? Y'all are like, Adhikar's so irresponsible. Adhikar is bickering and all these things. I made a discipline roll to have our rookies search for the monster, which is the current problem we're fucking facing.
Adhikar
the
took
devil's
charge
bargain of shoot one.
Yeah, this way is the devil's bargain, and that wasn't even the devil's bargain. That was the outcome of a failed roll.
That was one fled, so she shot one because she's established previously that if someone runs, she will shoot them.
Yeah, like right. that's just following. Like I rolled a failure.
Adhikar did everything Adhikar was in the right to do under like Legionnaire rules, right? Like there was like you shoot mutineers, which someone flee. Essentially,
is like it's a single roll.
But anyways, tabling that stuff because we can move on. You said you wanted to do a scout roll.
Yes. Risky still or desperate?
Risky again. Like it's the desperate was like fever pitch, sort of like dealing with the rookies in this situation is not great until like stuff becomes like better.
Until there's an actual thing they can focus on as opposed to
a thing they can focus on or
something
to like rally behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, rookies are what makes it a desperate, which is why people die.
Yeah. Got a 4. Ugh.
I think what ends up happening is you're like looking around, and what you start spotting are these like notches in the trees that seem to be some form of like identification marks that were not like that aren't like, you don't know necessarily what they are or like what useful they're, but they seem to be like certain things. Like there's different identification marks for like say I think one is like there's like a like arrows pointing in several directions and things like that. There seems to be some form of like, whatever this thing out here is has an understanding of this forest and its layout and has prepared this place and has taken the time to make sure it can identify certain things around the area at a glance. But I think by like looking at all of these things, you have a generalized sense of like where its like centralized location is, because you can start seeing more of those markings as you get closer, and then less of them the like colder you get. You're essentially playing hot and cold with the thing. Oh.
It's fine. Aaron looks so suspicious.
So we follow the marks?
Yes. So as we start getting closer, I mean, I don't really need. I mean, I have no shoot skill, so my black shot is not going to be used for that. How flammable do these trees look?
It's very wet here, so you'd need to like it would have to be a
so
big
hard
fucking
to set
fire.
Yeah, like setting a tree on fire is really difficult.
Setting a tree on fire is difficult, and you're also doing it in the snow.
Like the only trees that set on fire easily are like eucalypts.
Minecraft says otherwise.
True.
These are like pine trees, right?
Mm.
Big, sturdy things.
Eucalypts, not sturdy, not reliable.
Okay.
Don't build a house on eucalyptus trees.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess let's gather everybody and wander further into the woods.
So, like, there's definitely still, like, a morale problem here, right? Like,
yeah.
There's one rookie that's, like, you think might be just, like, straight up is like, so terrified of Adhikar that like everything like is just at her heels right now, right? Like just is completely and utterly focused on doing anything to please her.
Mm-hmm.
And then one is still like I almost want to say shell shocked. And then like the two others are like trying to comfort that one.
Yeah. So I think Crimson will go over to Adhikar and walk up and say, I understand that sometimes you have to make difficult choices when you are an officer. Things were heated, and it does us no good to continue bickering, especially here during a mission. The recruits need us to be a unified force, and so do the people who are being terrorized by this thing. Can we put our differences aside, at least for now, and work together to kill whatever this thing is?
Yeah, so the thing here is that, like, yeah, like, so from like my perspective, like playing Adhikar and like being genuine to her as a character, I think that approaching her as an equal is not the right move here, because the issue is that she sees herself as the like the person responsible for the entire group maintaining cohesion. So like even just slipping a ma'am in is enough to like make her make her feel comfortable again at the like at the thing of like, okay, like there is a structure here and we are following the structure and we are working as a military unit, not as just a bunch of pals on an adventure.
Yeah. I think at the end she'd say, can we work together, ma'am? And then she like snaps together and does a salute.
She's like, and Adhikar is like, I think Adhikar just says, "Excellent job on the reconnaissance," and then turns to the rookies and says, "Fall in behind the heavy." And I think that's a good place for a first break.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think I have a scene for the first break, if you'd like.
Yeah.
So I think like as you're like falling behind the heavy, you like you all kind of run like this big pine tree, and you see in like the distance like this like old hunting lodge, and you can see like out of like its chimney smoke coming out, and like as you get closer, you can smell that like acidic smell again. There you go.
Cool. Awesome. All right. We will be back in just a minute.